आज इस वीडियो में आप लोगों के साथ कुछ इम्पॉर्टेंट इंडियन पिनल कोड के MCQ को सॉल्व करेंगे। आपके स्क्रीन में क्वेश्चंस आएंगे विद 4 ऑप्शंस। तो इसके पहले मैं आप लोगों को आंसर्स बताऊं तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप लोग अपने आंसर्स कमेंट में लिख लीजिए सो डैट पता चल जाए कि आपको कि आपने जो आंसर दिया है वो सही है या गलत। सो लेट्स बिगिन। द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज homicide cannot be defined as a killing of a person by a person in view of the nature of a definition of the word person in Section 13 of Indian Penal Code, Section 9 of Indian Penal Code, Section 11 of Indian Penal Code, Section 7 of Indian Penal Code. This question was asked in Jharkhand Civil Judge Junior Division preliminary test in 2015. The right answer to this question is option C, that is Section 11 of Indian Penal Code. Section 11 of Indian Penal Code defines the word person, which includes any company or association or body of person, whether incorporated or not. We'll move to the next question. Who, according to Section 21 of Indian Penal Code 1860, not a public servant? Option A, Commissioner Officer in Indian Army and Air Force. Option B, an arbitrator to whom any cause has been referred for adjudication by any court of justice. Option C, an officer who by virtue of his office is empowered to place or keep any person in confinement. Option D, an advocate who practices law in a court of justice. So, the right answer to this question is option D, that is an advocate who practices law in a court of justice. This question was also asked in UPSJS exam in 2018. The word public servant denote a person falling under any description mentioned in public servant, that is in Section 21. The next question was asked repeatedly in many states in judiciary examination. The question is, when a person gains something by unlawful means to which he is not legally entitled, it is option A, cheating, option B, wrongful gain, option C, fraud, option D, wrongful loss. The right answer is option B, wrongful gain. Wrongful gain is defined under Section 23 of Indian Penal Code. We will move to the next question. The Supreme Court of India has observed a clear distinction between dishonestly and fraudulently in case of A. Nathulal versus State of MP, B. Central Bank of India versus Narayan, C. Mubarak Ali versus State of Bombay, D. Vimla Devi versus Delhi Administration. So, the right answer is option D, Vimla Devi versus Delhi Administration. In this case, Supreme Court has observed the distinction between the dishonestly and fraudulently. Dishonestly is mentioned under Section 24 of IPC and fraudulently under Section 25 of IPC. This is an important case which you all must note it down. We'll move further to the next question. Which of the following pairs is correctly matched? Option A, counterfeit, Section 28. Option B, valuable security, Section 29. Option C, document, Section 30. Option D, omission, Section 31. I hope you all get the right answer to it. This question was also asked in UP preliminary examination in 2013. So, yes, it is an important question. So, the right answer to this question is option A, counterfeit, that is Section 28. Valuable security is given under Section 30. Document is given under Section 29. Omission is given under 33 of IPC. We will move further to the next question. Which of the following is not a valuable security? A, a postal receipt for an insecure parcel. B, a rent note. C, a promissory note. D, a deed of divorce. So, the right answer to this question is option D, a deed of divorce. Valuable security is mentioned under section 30 of Indian Penal Code. Valuable security denotes that it is a document whereby any legal right is created, extended, transferred, restricted, extinguished or released, or whereby any person acknowledges that he lies under legal liability or has not a certain legal right. From this, it is clear that all other options will come under this, but not a deed of divorce. We'll move to the next question. Common intention implies option A presence of common knowledge, option B, common object, option C, pre-arranged planning, option D, similar intention. So, the right answer to this question is option C, that is pre-arranged planning. This question is the most favorite question of many states including UP, MP, Assam and Himachal Pradesh. It is because pre-arranged planning means prior meeting of mind, that all the persons who are involved in the commission of the crime have the same common intention. Common intention is defined under section 34 of Indian Penal Code. We'll move further to the next question. When a criminal act is done by several persons in furtherance of a common intention of all, each of such persons is liable for that act, A, only for the part of the act done by him, B, in the same manner as if it were done by him alone, C, for abetting such an offence, D, only for conspiracy of such an offence. The right answer is option B, in the same manner as if it were done by him alone. I have already explained in the previous question, that is, it is the part of the common intention under section 34 of Indian Penal Code. We'll move further to the section 34 of IPC is A, creates substantive offence, B, is a rule of evidence, C, both A and B, D, none of the above. The right answer to this question is option B, that is a rule of evidence. Rajasthan High Court has said in Joginder Singh vs. State of Rajasthan that section 34 of IPC does not create a substantive offence. It only imports the rule of evidence. The common intention under section 34 of IPC is the intention to commit crime actually committed, and one can be convicted only if he has participated in that common intention. The dominant feature of the section 34 is that it is the element of participation in action. The participation need not be any physical act. The next question is, in which of the following cases has Privy Council differentiated between common intention and similar intention? Option A, Birendra Kumar Ghosh vs. Emperor. Option B, Mehboob Shah vs. King Emperor. Option C, Srinivas Mal vs. Emperor. Option D, Banamul vs. Emperor. The right answer to this question is option B, that is Mehboob Shah vs. King Emperor. This question was asked in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand preliminary examination of judiciary. So in Mehboob Shah vs. Emperor, the court held that the distinction between the similar intention and common intention is often very thin. Nevertheless, the distinction is real and substantial, and if overlooked, it will result in the miscarriage of justice. We will move to the last question of this video. In which of the following cases Lord Summer said, "They also serve who stand and wait"? Option A, Mehboob Shah vs. Emperor. Option B, Inder Singh vs. Emperor. Option C, Birendra Kumar Ghosh vs. Emperor. Option D, Nanda Rasool vs. State of Bihar. So, the right answer to this question is option C, that is Birendra Kumar Ghosh vs. Emperor. It was mentioned in Birendra Kumar Ghosh vs. Emperor, which is also known as Shankari Tola Post Office murder case.